Good day, fellas, and thank you for tuning in. This is T4 Madden Chalk Talk. And you are live with Berm Star. Today, we are taking a second look at gun wing stack setups for our Dallas Cowboys scheme, with a heavy focus on plays that are franchise friendly and require no motion snapping. Take a moment to sub and turn on notifications so you don't miss anything. Hit that thumb and drop a note after. Tell us what you think.
Alright, so for this update, we're looking at gun wing stack. We're going to look at some setups that don't require a motion snap, because motion snap is a problem in some CFMs. So I'm going to wheel the running back out of PA read, and then I'm going to put the tight end on the flat. I'll motion him over, and I'll put Coop, that's the top stack receiver, on a hitch. So you're going to have a read on either side. A lot of times the flat gets straight open to the flat, and then you have a high-low between Y and X. And then the other thing is on the right hand side of the field, of course, the high-low with the two running backs, the running back and the fullback on the wing, is great spacing. It's absolutely phenomenal spacing, the way that Pollard's route works with a wheel. You'll see the two of those do very, very well together. So we're going to go ahead and snap that a few times. And there will be gun wing stack updates and cowboy updates throughout the year. I'm going to do a bunch more that don't require motion snapping. This is just something I wanted to bring to you today because I was labbing it for a friend of mine who actually is using the offense in the CFM, and he said he was smoking somebody, and by the time the second quarter rolled around, they told him, yeah, you can't motion snap in this league. So I actually shot him over a quick couple setups, and I said, okay, you know what? This is something I had been working on anyway, so I want to put it out there for everybody. So this is going to be, this setup is actually very similar to what you see people doing with match post in bunch. It's tried and proven. Except that honestly, that B route is bad. What they're doing in match post is they'll put him on an out route. That guy's lined up out wide. But for me, I actually really love the spacing here because the out route isn't even a read really for most of those guys in bunch. They're just using it to draw coverage for the running back. So here we actually have two legit reads on this right hand side, which to me makes it even better. I'm not saying it's a better play than match post. I'm just saying we got to open our options up and start using different offenses because there are some amazing things available to us. So let's take a look at this left hand side. Now there goes the tight end. Perfect timing. Easy pass. So here we're going to wheel the running back. We'll hitch our receiver. We'll flat the tight end. We'll motion the tight end over. Tight end's open again. We held the ball. I was looking for the post admittedly, but if you're making your reads, the tight end's open, the tight end's open. If you feel for some reason like you want to wait on one of the other routes to develop, and you have a good sense that heat is coming in, then you can put the tight end on a delay fade for extra blocking. I'll show that here. Now what happens when you put them on the delay fade? You'll have the high-low between Y and X, but for me it doesn't always feel as clean as I like. And I used similar setups in Madden 21, and I got a better read between Y and X. And you'll see there, I could have made passes, but they didn't feel all that great. I'm just gonna throw this ball away real fast. So what I'm doing now, because I feel like the hitch and that post aren't creating obvious separation against every defensive coverage. They are against some. What I'm actually doing now is I'm putting Y on a whip. So I think I do this one or two more times. And of course, hey, you can always release the tight end because he's on a delay fade. So if you don't see anything there, you can release it and throw that pass. I'm not the greatest at releasing the delay fades because I don't use them myself other than to block. I actually don't really release them. So again, this is our main setup. You'll see again, which works wonders. That setup you can probably smash somebody's head in, but a CFM wouldn't let you, of course, because again, you can't run the same thing over and over in most CFMs. But if you put Y on a whip and then the running back on his wheel and put A on his delay fade, you'll find now that you have a better 1-2 read on the left hand side. See, yeah, look, the whip. And if that whip gets open, that whip gets plenty open. There isn't anybody else over there, right? So with the right animation, I mean, if you're using grab and go receiver, or just a better animation period, because you got enough space there to rack that with anybody. Yeah, and I should be able to get a great animation with Mark Cooper, right? He's one of the better receivers in the league. So we'll do that one more time. Delay fade, the tight end, whip Amari Cooper, and wheel route your halfback. Look at that. See, the post gets open. So the whip and the post, if you're not using a flat, the whip and the post, in my experience, do a better job consistently against every coverage than the hitch and the post alone without the flat. So now we'll go ahead and I'll show you what I'm doing with mash spot using the same motion, because we're going to focus on this motion right now today. Alright, so we're going to motion the tight end over. We'll leave him on his drag. We're going to put Cooper on the hitch. We'll leave Pollard on his route. And we're going to swing the running back behind the quarterback to the other side. And you'll find you can get pretty cheap yards there. So this is almost like a spacing concept, right? Because we have the hitch, we have the running back on his route, the fullback on his spot route, sorry. We have a drag going across the field, and then we have this swing route behind us. So a lot of great low reads that are going to put zones in a bit of a conundrum. They're not going to be able to cover all these low quick reads. You can see we even have the spot there open, and then we're going to have a deep dig over the top of all of it. So if coverage is put down and really focused on these four receivers, our deep dig, you guys know how I feel about deep digs. So we got a piece of gold just chilling out there waiting for us. And we were waiting on the deep dig there, but you see we did have reads, right? So if you're setting this play up because you need to hit the deep dig, then you're not going to set it up like this, right? This setup is really to get a quick 6-7 yards with one of these lower routes, and then take the deep dig if it's there. If you're trying to get 15 or 20 yards, then you're probably going to go with one of the setups for PA read, or one of the setups that I'm going to show you for smash as well. The running back's a great read here, but I tell you what, the hitch was as well. You see, so a lot of routes in a similar area of the field, but spaced out well enough that you're going to be able to always have something open. There's no doubt about it. You'll always have something open. Alright, and we'll just do it one more time here, and then we'll move on to what we're doing with the other plays in the formation, which is really just one more play that we're using this motion with at the moment. I'll tell you what, looks like we're doing it. Oh yeah, you had to hit the deep dig one time, right? I don't think I hit the deep dig yet. So we want to show that is an option, of course. So now the things that we're going to be doing here are pretty obvious, right? I mean, now you could leave B and RB over here to be a high-low on this side of the field, absolutely. But if I'm setting up a table concept or anything along those lines on the left-hand side, which is pretty much what we're going to be using this for, then I want to use that B receiver or that B running back, fullback, as a late read coming across the field, whether it's a drag or a dig or a slant, because once you move that tight end out of the way, you can actually slant B now and put them on receiver routes as opposed to just tight end routes. Alright, so of course here we're going to motion the tight end over, and now we got options. We can put him on the streak, leave Lamb on the out route, we can put him on an out route, and put Lamb on the streak. And of course our fullback's going to either be on a drag or a dig coming back across the formation. And all of these can also be reversed in the sense that we can leave Jarring, motion over Pollard, and do the same things. So you're really looking at a high-low, whether it's a flat, an out route, and then you're looking at a streak to clear out, and a route from the backside coming in to pick up. So you can actually play around with that, of course, and make all sorts of different setups for yourself if you want to. I like putting A on a drag on the way back, so now we have a mash contact, and then B and X make a bit of a flood, B and Y make a bit of a flood as you get to the sidelines. But that's it for this update, guys. Thanks a lot.
Thanks for rocking with the squad. Remember, real life comes first, but when you do pick up the sticks, give 'em hell.